Hello, welcome everybody. It is Friday night, time for Moms Who Resell. And I have a very special guest today. Amber is the wife of ThePickenPreacher, and they are a husband-wife duo reselling extravaganza. And I've been following Keith for months, probably years by now. And to get to know his wife is going to be such a pleasure because she is an absolute godsend. Girlfriend has 6 kids, homeschools, helps with the reselling business. She does it all. So, you guys, without further ado, let's introduce Amber into the show. I am so excited to have her on. Welcome.
Hi.
Yay.
It's so good to be here.
Chat. Excited to have you. We had Melanie here for just a moment, but she hopped out for early bedtime. So sad to miss you, Melanie, but hopefully you watch the replay. We've got some kiddos in here. Blocky kid, we're excited you're watching. We've got ThePickenPreacher himself is here. We got the whole family. Nutter in the house. Welcome. Nina, excited to have you.
Oh, that's my mama.
Yay. We really do have the whole family. Yeah. Yay, welcome. All right. So why don't you start off, Amber, and just tell us a little bit about you, about how your reselling business got started, how you kind of integrated into it to help Keith.
Yeah.
Give us a little rundown.
Okay. So like you said, I am a mom of 6 children. I homeschool. Let's see. My husband's a pastor, and he is a full-time reseller. So I think it was around fall of 2021, around the winter time. He used to own his own landscaping and lawn care company. And so during the winters were really difficult financially because he's not getting work. And so we had gotten to the point where we were like, well, let's try to come up with some kind of side hustle thing. And so he was on YouTube one day, ran across Harry Tornado. And then he came to me with this idea, and I was like, oh, yes, please. Because before I had children, I loved going to thrift stores. So I was like, sign me up. Let's go right now. And so we started doing that during the winter when he was slow. And so we just fell in love with it because we were like, wow, why doesn't more people do this? Like, it just seems like so
easy money,
common
just
sense.
Sitting there.
I mean, it's simple. It's definitely not easy. Like, I've learned that, but it's simple. Right. You know, you go buy something low and you sell it for higher and you make profit, you know? Yep. And so, we did that for a year. And then was October of 2022, he decided to sell his landscaping and lawn care business, and he just went full-time reselling. Okay. So we've been doing that for a little over a year. But yeah, so that's how we got started. And
gotcha. Landscaping's hard when you have seasons over there. Here, landscapers are year round. So they don't struggle out here. But places where you have those pesky seasons, that's a tough one.
It did make it tough for sure.
And have you always helped him with the reselling side?
Yeah. I want to say that I was more involved at first, and then I got pregnant again with Tabitha. She turned a year in December. And so when I'm pregnant, it's like I don't have energy to do nothing but make a baby. So for a good 9 months,
job in itself.
Yeah, for a good 9 months, I was useless in the reselling business, I feel like. But he started focusing on video games more so during that time, and that's not really my niche. So I was like, you go do that, I'll make a baby, and then we'll come back later. So now I'm back in on it, doing the clothes and the shoes and all that kind of stuff that I really like. And then he's focusing on the video games. So
yeah, I like how it's nice when you start out with things that you already like. Yeah. Like with Keith and his video games, because he's already a gamer, just gravitates towards it. Or if you like fashion, then gravitate towards fashion. Like, don't reinvent the wheel. No, if you know what you like, stick to it.
Yeah.
Why be miserable?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've already got the husband-wife duo. How are the kids involved? Do your older ones help out at all?
Okay, so when we started, we had this idea, glamorous idea to make our kids have their own like toy like side of it where like they buy and sell toys. So I think that lasted maybe like a week or two, and they're really not into it. They don't like
Yeah.
going to the thrift store. They don't like really going to the garage sale so much. And so
unless it's for them, when it's going to buy them stuff,
if they can
it's
buy
the best
stuff,
thing
which
ever.
I guess the way my children are, like, this happened before. Like, they've picked stuff up at thrift stores for themselves just because they liked it. And so then, like, a couple weeks later, we realized, wait, that's actually valuable. Like, could we sell this? And then we'll, like, go get you some candy. Like, my 8-year-old picked up a Squishmallow from the thrift store, this chicken Squishmallow, and we sold that thing for, like, $150.
Oh my god!
It was some kind of rare Squishmallow, and so he's staring at me because we never got him his candy. I don't think, did we?
That's not right. I'm staring at
He
you
got
because that's not true. I like going at thrift store.
Oh, he said he likes going at thrift stores. So okay.
Oh
Well, you should go more often then, because you clearly pick up profitable stuff. So
exactly, you've got the eye for it.
yeah.
So we had Lenoy here. Welcome. Who else did I not say? Hi to Chrissy. Welcome.
Hey, Chrissy.
Mary's here. Yay.
Hey, Mary.
Okay, Dad's helping you with your game. It's like, here, help me, and then he leaves.
Yep.
No, did you bump your head? Well, that happens under the table. All right, we've got a question here. This will come up in my queue of questions, but we'll just get right to it. Little B's asking, what are your favorite things to buy and sell?
Okay, so my personal favorite would have to be like vintage clothing. Like, I love finding like the cool like wool sweaters or like jackets that are like just really unique. Like, I found one at the bins 2 weeks ago and it already sold for like $60. But, like the quilted kind or like the ones with the cool pattern. Those are just always fun to find. So I love estate sales because you can just find that stuff all the time. I would say that's probably my favorite thing. Is just those cool, those unique vintage clothing pieces.
Yeah. How do you know what to price them at when they're so unique like that?
I can usually find comps based on like the brand. Even though it may not be the exact style of the jacket, I have a better idea of what it usually goes for. And so, yeah, I just go off of that.
That's amazing. And your kiddos are adorable. Cheering you on here in the chat. This is amazing.
Thank you, Elijah.
Go, Mom. Yes. My kids' friends are more interested in what we do than my kids are.
Yeah.
They sure like hearing the chings, though. Exactly. Oh, yeah. And that's what I tell my kids. Like, this is what I do. This is what buys you all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
So stop complaining.
Yeah. My daughter wants a new iPad. So I was like, hey, you go to thrift stores with me. You find stuff. I'll give you a cut of it. Like, do the work and let's make some money.
Yes. Yeah, Nutter sent a question we will have for Keith towards the end. Don't let me forget to ask it, but he sent me a question to ask. So, Coco's here.
Hey, Coco.
I never see you anymore, Coco. I feel like you're busy doing your thing, and it's nice to see you. I did see your shorts, the one with the stuffies that were ridiculously priced. She had like, oh my gosh, what were they? They were Disney ones, but they're like $10 at the Goodwill for these stuffies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Those are usually like 99 cents.
Yeah.
And they're just out of their mind. All right. So we already asked your favorite niche. What is one that you wish you knew more about?
Probably like luxury items. So like I could be able to tell what's real and what's not. Like I go to the bins a lot. And so I do find like my first trip, I found some Tory Burch sandals that I sold, but like I'm 99.9% sure they were fake just by feeling them. Because I've gotten to the point where, because I'm touching a lot of stuff in the bins, I usually can just feel and like know if something's valuable or not, and then I'll check the label. But yeah, if I knew more about that, I feel like you could make a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Well, that's where Rachel Strickland. She's the expert on
Yeah.
the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
I get duped more than anything. So I just assume all of it is fake, and then I'm probably walking by $1 million purse and don't know it.
Yeah.
But they're even faking like normal stuff. A friend got dinged for a fake Patagonia hat.
Yeah.
Like, why are they faking Patagonia?
Yeah.
Chocolate. Oh yeah, he'll run for chocolate. There he goes.
I would too.
Exactly. All right, hubby asked. I didn't see watching Mrs. Rachel with our baby, so I can't watch too much. She keeps crying when she hears Amber. The struggle is real. Yeah, you're loving every minute.
Girl. Yeah,
this is awesome. You get the break, and
exactly. I'm like on vacation in the office over here. I'll just stay here all night.
Yep. I'll make it go a little longer, just in case.
Yeah, there you go.
Buy you some extra time. I can't stay all or on mute. I'll come back and watch later. Thank you so much, Christy. Abby has some things to list. Loves helping with the Whatnot shows. Isaac wants to do Whatnot with me, but the kids are busy. I know. It's trying to keep up with their social lives, too. The minion in the background. Yeah. I'll just keep running by every once in a while without a shirt on because it's 75 degrees in here. But I won't say that too loud because I know half of you are probably freezing your butts off.
Yeah.
At least half of you. All right. So you said the bins are one of your favorites. Where else do you like to source?
Definitely estate sales because that's where I can find a lot of vintage stuff. And this is probably like a bad personality type of me, but I love going through other people's stuff. So estate sales give me like a legal way to do that. An appropriate way to do. Like, I love opening drawers and just like looking at what people had and stuff. Like, I don't know. That's probably really
I love the ones
for me to
that are not organized. I love the non-organized ones. When you show up and it's family run and they're like, oh, we didn't have time to put prices. Just look everywhere. It's all for sale. Cha-ching. Sign me up. Like,
I love that. Yeah, I could spend all day just going through the house, just looking in cupboards and bathroom cabinets at the like perfume that they wore. Like, I don't know what it is about me, but
I think it's an illness. I think we all have it, but it's an illness. What is your favorite thing other than shopping in other people's houses about this business?
My favorite thing would definitely be that my husband gets to be home. Like that, like it's worth every single sacrifice we've had to make because of that. Like naturally, like reselling has not brought in as much money as when he owned his own landscaping and lawn care company. And so we,
Oh no, you froze. Or did I freeze? Can you guys still see me? No, she froze. Oh, it's on her end? Okay. We lost you, Amber. Let me know in the chat if you can see. Okay, yeah, it's Amber. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay. Am I back?
Okay.
I don't know if that means I have to stay in here or I'm just going to walk around the house. There's my family.
We'll just get a whole house tour. This is awesome.
Sometimes it does.
So just go back in there. Yeah. Okay. This is live, y'all. This is real life.
Totally fine. Totally fine. The farther you get from the router is usually when it'll start doing that.
Yeah, because the router is in the living room, so I may have to reposition myself if it does that again. Okay.
And then if everyone's on all their devices, that happens here. When every tablet is going, every Xbox is going, hubby's watching the live, I'm doing the live. Yeah. It just gets overworked. Or she was deep in thought. Yes, because you were frozen mid-thought.
Yeah, I was.
All right. We had another question here. Where'd it go? Do you do Whatnot?
I do not do Whatnot. I have no desire to do Whatnot.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's not my thing. I don't think I want to live sell.
Yeah. I tried, and I really tried. Like, I pushed it to do it a few. I don't love it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
And
it's
there's
one
a
of
lot
those
more
things that
disappointment.
if
with
you
it.
don't do it consistently, it's not gonna be worth it. And so if you don't like it,
Right.
you're not gonna do it consistently. Like, that's just
Exactly. I feel like it's hard to do both eBay full time and Whatnot full time.
Yeah.
Because so many people cut back on the eBay side because you're only one person. So then they put all their eggs over in the Whatnot side. And like you said, unless you're doing it consistently and building that up, I can't afford to stop the eBay side to put the effort on the Whatnot side.
Exactly.
So it's kind of a catch-22. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't love it, so I'm not forced to want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not motivating me to want to do it. So, and I see why people do it. People make a killing doing it, but it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not knocking anyone who does, but it's just not my thing.
Jennifer's asking, what platform do you sell the most clothes and shoes on?
Probably eBay, which is surprising to me because I would think Poshmark, but eBay sales probably are higher as far as clothes and shoes go.
Do you cross list? Do you post them to everywhere?
Just Poshmark and eBay. We were doing Mercari for a while, but then one time someone hacked my Mercari account and like stole our money, and it took a while for support to actually like answer me when that happened. So I was like, I don't really feel safe on this app anymore, so I don't use it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense for sure. Mary, you found your niche and Whatnot. Which one did you go with? Because you've tried them all. You've definitely tried them all. And a lot of trial and error. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, let's see. What are some of your best and worst buys or flips?
Oh, that's a good question. So when we first started, I was looking on Facebook Marketplace a whole lot. And so I would just type in new in box. And one time this listing came up for these like huge printers that were unopened. My camera's like tilted. I'm trying to fix it. I'm sorry. And she wanted like $50 a piece, and she had no idea what she had, clearly. I ended up flipping those. Like, I just slapped a shipping label like on the box because it was one of those where you just ship it as it is. Mm-hmm. I sold one for like $400 and the other for $700.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so that was like crazy to me because I was like, literally all I had to do was pay this lady $50 and then ship it to this other person. Like, wow. It was just the easiest money ever. Like, if I haven't gotten that deal again, because that was probably once in a lifetime. But,
right.
That was one of our best for sure. One of our worst, I'm trying to think. When we first started, we thought Beanie Babies were like valuable. You know, like most people do.
VHS tapes. Yeah, everyone gets bamboozled.
We had gone to this like huge like rundown warehouse, and we found a ton of Beanie Babies, and we just bought them all because we thought we were going to be millionaires. And when we realized that, no, when you click the sold listings on eBay, that gives you the true value and not what it's listed for. So we learned our lesson, but it was a good teaching.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mary is rocking plus size women's clothing. I can see why.
I was in your last show. You had some awesome stuff.
That's great. Great. What is your biggest pet peeve in reselling? What bugs you?
I was talking to Keith about this the other day, and I said something, and I'm trying to remember what I said. I have a horrible memory, and so it takes me a minute.
No, you're a mom. That's all it takes. You're a mom.
My biggest pet peeve, it was something good, and I can't remember what it Oh, okay.
We
I
can come
remember what it was.
Oh,
So
okay.
last week, I have these Crocs up on eBay for like $17 free shipping. And this guy kept sending me offers for like $12. And I'm like, I'm not sending these to you $12 free shipping. So I kept declining his offer. He kept resending it. And then on the last offer he sent, he wrote out, these are going new on eBay for $20.99. And I'm like, well, then go buy them. Like,
Right.
like,
Why are you telling me? Yes.
don't educate me on my listing. Like, I know what I have them priced for. Like, but if you don't like that price, then go buy the ones that you see for $20 that are new. Like,
Right.
so that just bugs me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, no, I'm not gonna take your offer. And
Yeah, I had one where same idea where they're like, oh, it's cheaper here. It's on sale on Amazon. And so I check it. Okay, this item was on sale on Amazon. 100%. I will match Amazon price because this was an Amazon bins find. So make sure I'll match the price. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it comes back and sends me a listing of some random Chinese website with this item even cheaper. Like, okay, no. I'm not price matching to anybody. I will price match to Amazon. like you can't just send some random ad where this is $12. Go buy it there. People. All right. So the printers were a while ago. What is your most recent, bigger, best finds flips?
Okay. Most recent. I am trying to think.
Returns for Nina. 100%. I was calling January Returnuary because how many returns come out in January? Lowball offers, yes.
Yeah.
I'm not Walmart. I don't price match.
Right.
That's the only time I do is when it's a bins find and Amazon has it on sale. Then I will match it. But that's not everything for sure.
Probably my best one recently, I have put out in the local area. We have kind of like an upper class city pretty close to us. And so I'm part of their moms group on Facebook. And so I just put out there that like I'm a mom of 6 kids. I do reselling on the side to help with groceries because if you haven't gone to Walmart lately, like it costs a whole lot to feed my family right now. And so I was like, if you have anything like sitting around that you don't want, like instead of you taking it to Goodwill, I'll come by and pick it up. And so I've gotten a lot of good stuff that way. And so it's like free inventory. Like this lady gave me, it was like a lot of Carhartt stuff. So like the Carhartt overalls that are like double knee, like that men wear for like work or farming or whatever. We sold those for $80. Like, and it was free.
Cow.
So yeah,
and I've got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And not have to take it to Goodwill. Did you get any hate on those posts? Did anyone give you slack?
Yeah. They were all like super nice about it. Now I have like gone to a pickup where it was literal junk and like I just had to trash a lot of it and just redonate a lot of it. But it's worth it.
That's awesome. I'm a chicken poop when it comes to posts like that. I know a lot of people do it, and I did it during COVID.
Yeah.
Where I was asking for like books, just some random niche. So I'm like, okay, this is easy. No, books are not my thing because these books were smelly, and then the whole room smelled like these old books. Okay, no, we don't want books anymore because people were doing this and they were asking for different categories. So I'm like, all right, what can I do? And I just randomly picked books. No, not for me, but. Just going out there and asking, sharing your story and saying, do you have anything you're donating? Like, I just don't have the guts. I wish I did. I need to, but I'm a chicken poop.
No, you're not.
Christopher, Ken, sorry, welcome. I love that you did that. Yes. I was reading this one when I was seeing his.
Yeah.
What are your current BOLO brands that you look out for right now? These are great questions, you guys.
Let's see. Brands that I look out for are definitely like, I'm selling a lot of Carhartt, a lot of like Western stuff like Ariat. I find a lot of Ariat shoes at like the bins and those sell really well. We found some Lucchese boots at the thrift store last week for $4.95, and those are like $90 boots. Like,
Nice.
so a lot of like Western wear for some reason.
Yeah, my boots
But-
have been doing well. I've been selling a lot of boots lately.
Yeah. Some vintage like camo stuff, which is like weird. I'm like all like men's stuff, but I did find a 100% rabbit fur vest yesterday at the thrift store. And my 6-year-old wants it so bad because it is so soft. And so he was in here wearing it. I'm like, I would just give it to you, but I could make like $60 off that.
Right? How funny. You can wear it well until it sells, but no eating, no drinking, no playing outside.
It's white too, so
yeah.
I don't know about that.
The 6-year-old and white clothes don't usually mix. Market it as a mom junk in your trunk removal service.
There you go.
Ooh, we should trademark that. That's a good one. Thank you, Chrissy, for sharing.
Oh, thank you.
I can't multitask. That's why I have amazing moderators on here.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. What is your biggest obstacle that you overcome as a mom of everything, reseller, all of it, mom of 6, homeschooling? Like, how do you have time to do all of this?
I don't think I've overcome it. I think I just take it day by day, because motherhood is just filled with seasons. Like what works right now in my schedule it's not gonna work in 6 months, just because
especially with the little one and naps and
everything is constantly changing. And so like the key is just to be adaptable, like just be fluid, like and I'm probably a little too fluid at times because I'm not the one who's like organized and like has a schedule. Like I probably need a little more structure, but motherhood, you just have to be flexible and you have to do what works as the day goes by. Yeah.
100%.
Just take it moment by moment.
I like that. All right. What about your favorite reseller tip that you wish everyone knew?
My favorite reseller tip would probably be that it's like reselling has the potential to be like almost risk-free, because nowhere can you go and like put in, whatever that, like it was like a 525 America, it was the brand or something like that, rabbit fur vest. So if I were to type that into eBay right now and see that 20 are listed and I go to sold and see that 50 have sold in the last 90 days versus 20 listed, and I see an average sell price of $50 to $70 and it's marked right in front of me at the thrift store for $5, like there's no way that's not going to sell. Like, so like that $5 risk is really not a risk at all when you're actually comping items and picking up stuff with a good sell-through rate and that, doubles your money at least. And so like it really is very simple, and relatively risk-free. Yeah.
Simple,
if you know what you're doing.
Easy.
Yeah.
There's a formula to
There's
it.
a difference.
And you can conquer this formula. So it's simple. Yeah. Anybody can do it. It's not easy. The work,
because it takes a lot of work. Like it takes a lot of work of knowing how to do it, what to look for, and then the whole process of taking pictures, storing it until it does sell, and then packaging it, and dealing with customer relations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Which hat are you going to wear at that time? Yes.
Yeah.
100%. And like you said, no other business can you do that. They're all risky. So you take on Mary Kay or some other MLM, and you're investing $500 in your starter pocket or starter packet. Yeah. That's a risk. You don't know if you're going to sell these $500 worth of product. And with reselling, you can go and spend $500 wisely and easily double your money, triple your money. So a much wiser decision.
Yeah.
Much wiser. So as we say, it is simple, not easy. What is the hardest learning curve that you would say is for reselling?
The hardest learning curve. For us, it would have to be like storing, like figuring out a method of inventory, because we keep changing it, because like motherhood has different seasons. Like our house has, had to adapt, and like as rooms change and as inventory changes, when we're picking up more shoes than we used to, or picking up more clothing items than we used to, like having to use closets, and it's still a learning curve. We still don't know, because I mean, it's not like you have a warehouse when you first start out, so you're just working with what you got, and
not necessarily
you're figuring out as you go.
Warehouse.
Yeah,
warehouses are more overhead. You got to go to them. I would rather build a building out back than
yes,
have
absolutely.
to go to a warehouse. All right, this is funny. I was watching the chat. As a preacher's wife, do you feel resellers are stealing from the poor? And then Keith comes
Mary,
right back. As a preacher's wife, she knows we are the poor ones. Do you get that a lot? Stealing from the poor?
No, I think you get that a lot on Instagram if you're posting like a lot of your stuff, the trolls and stuff. But I think most people who use common sense know that buying from a thrift store and selling it on eBay is not stealing from the poor.
Right. That was a quick comment there, Keith. That was funny.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yes to the storage. Yes.
Yeah. I've seen your garage, Mary.
Yep. All right. What about some of your goals? What are some of your business? How do you see your business growing? What are some of the goals for growing the business? The YouTube side, the eBay side, all of it.
So as far as like my clothing and shoes stuff, like I don't really have, it's kind of more of a thing where I try to go to the bins every Monday for about 4 hours and take the baby with me, and Keith keeps the other kids here. And then occasionally going to the thrift store during the week, but I don't have like a goal of like, I want to make X amount from clothes and shoes. I think ultimately Keith wants to have it to where I'm making enough each week to cover groceries from just clothing and shoes. And then the video games can go like towards, him doing his conventions and all that kind of stuff. So that would be awesome if I had, because I mean, groceries are crazy. We're spending probably $300, $400 on groceries, like including like diapers and toiletries and stuff for our family. So that would be really cool to get to that point. But he has his goals as far as the Pick and Preacher goes for the YouTube channel and for eBay as far as selling video games goes. And so I'm just going to be here to support him in that however I can. I'm his graphic designer. I do the thumbnails and I do some editing.
Nice.
And so we're a team in that too. But yeah, we're excited to see what 2024 has in store.
Absolutely. Love it. All right, Mary, what's your system? The spare bathtub is the box bin. The linen closet is the shipping supply closet. Storage closet becomes the listing closet. And the dining table is the processing table. Yep. I love it. I love it. And then yesterday there was a tent involved. We were listing in a tent. So now we've expanded at going outdoors. That's a skill, Mary. It's a skill.
Yes.
If you're just starting, keep listings as organized as you can from the start. 100%. It is hard to redo inventory after you've done it. And
we have had to do that multiple times.
I know, but what's hard is you keep outgrowing. So then like what started out as like one shelf on this wall is like, oh crap, that outgrew. Now it needs to go to this wall because I need 2 shelves. And then it's like, well, now we've got to start going shelves down the middle and rearrange everything. But at least an inventory, just always knowing, like having those boxes, because then you can always add more boxes. The shelves don't change. Yeah. that I think could help. But yeah, from the beginning, because going back, oh man, I think I had probably 200, 300 things before I started an inventory system. And Nutter's over there with over 1,000 things with zero inventory. He's like, oh yeah, I know exactly where that G.I. Joe is. It's right over here.
Yeah.
I would be looking for hours and probably cancel it when I can't find that darn G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't agree more. And list what you buy within a week. Yes, to avoid that awful death pile. Animation Abby, welcome.
That's my daughter, Abby.
Yay. Preacher wife's daughter here. I love the title. We need an app before it. Listing. I was not listing in a tent. You were doing something in a tent. A tent was involved. I try not to buy anything unless I have previous stuff listed.
Yeah.
I try. It's not flawless. As long as my to be listed isn't awful. Like it's not like if I still have a massive pile of stuff, then yeah, I may not go to as many thrift stores.
Yeah.
But it's that's the fun part. That's the addicting part is the sourcing.
Yeah.
So to say, oh, you can't source until you list it all. I don't think I'm that motivated.
You should
make
do
me
it,
want to
Vicky. You should do it.
And you'd have an awesome community to do it with.
That's a lady in our church, so she's right down the road.
How did your husband get such a good-looking woman? All right, Keith, while I have your attention, Nutter had a question for you. All right, hold on. I got to find it. I should have had it queued. All right. He would like to know, what is your secret of finding the good games and consoles so cheap?
So cheap.
So cheap. That is the key. And
does he find them cheap? I don't know.
Are you finding them all local, or do you do like the Facebook Marketplace and auctions and more?
He is always on. He's always on Facebook Marketplace. Always. He is on his phone, like scrolling Facebook Marketplace. I found a few things before though, so shout out to his wife because sometimes I can find some good stuff.
I find yes.
But yeah. It's been really dry lately, like super, like it's been hard to find stuff. So he's kind of gotten a new strategy where he's buying from like other collectors who will sell it at like 60% value. So then he can squeeze like a 30% from selling it on eBay. And so it doesn't like it requires a lot more upfront money and you don't make as big of a return, but at least it's there, you know, like it's something.
And it's consistent.
But, so we've kind of had to switch our model a little bit recently just because. Yeah.
I rarely find older video games. And when I do, it's super rare. Like I'll find Wii's, but you got to get them really cheap because those are maybe $50 as a bundle. So if I can find them for $10 and less, I'll grab them. Yeah. But otherwise, I think probably a little over a year ago, I got a bunch of DSs, a DSi, a 3DS, and then I think a regular 2DS. Yeah. It was just a kid trying to clear out his collection, but it's rare. And usually people want high money for it, but like people finding boxes of the old games with the cartridges, with the boxes and flawless condition. I'm like, how in the world did you find that?
Yeah.
So that's
his
crazy.
Favorite thing is definitely going to garage sales and then asking like, hey, do you have, you know, like I'm such an introvert. Like he's always like, when you went to that estate sale, did you ask them if they had video games? So I'm like, no, I didn't ask them. I don't like just talking to people randomly about video games, but he's had a lot. He's found a lot that way. But unfortunately, because it's winter here and it does get cold, people aren't having garage sales right now. So he can't sort that way.
Yep. Well, he found the one. Who was it? There was I think it was Brandon, found a whole box of stuff at an estate or someone local to you. Because then he's like, or no, they weren't local. It was shipped. What was that deal where he found
yeah.
another reseller found this gaming set?
Yeah, it was
and
Christopher
turned it
Nutter.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Nutter that found
Yeah.
it.
It
then
was
ended
at
up
his
giving the
local thrift store.
contacts.
Yeah. He posted
That's
it
amazing.
in the reselling group, and I saw it and I was like, hello, Keith, do you see this? And so he got the number to the thrift store and was like, hey, would you ship that to Mississippi? I'll pay for the shipping. And so they were like, sure. So yeah, it came in the mail yesterday, I think. So yeah, that was neat.
Was it as good as he was expecting?
Yeah, it was in great condition. Yeah.
Wow. All right, Nutter. Sorry, I didn't give you credit. I knew it was someone over there
Yeah.
that found it. Thrifting's fun and takes time, but YouTube's take so much time and energy, but doable. It's definitely two separate businesses, and you have to treat it as such, because if you're going to split your time, you've got to be very mindful of what's getting more time. And if one's getting too much time, like YouTube, and you're not monetized and you're just doing it for funsies,
exactly.
It doesn't get too much up in the totem pole when eBay makes money. So trying to juggle it is a challenge. Ooh, Abby had a good question. What is the weirdest thing you have found that you put up for sale?
Oh, the weirdest thing? Do you know, Abigail? Abigail, can you think of something? Or was that just a random question?
Like a Jesus-shaped tortilla chip or something?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something weird that I've sold. I mean, I don't go out of my way to buy weird stuff.
It always blows me away what people buy, like all like packages of old underwear. That always weirds me out. Oh yeah, Stanley cups for ridiculous money. I have not sold them, but people do. Like, what was he found one a sold listing in like $10,000 or something stupid for a Stanley.
No, that's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, people are crazy. I'll sell you this one for $500. How about that deal?
That one's a pretty one. That one's a pretty one.
It has a business logo underneath it.
Oh,
so
really?
I put my sticker over it.
That is smart.
The Amazon bins for $15.
Wow.
Like, I don't care that it says some other company on it. Put my sticker over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not paying $10,000 for a Stanley. Out of my mind.
Yeah.
Scratching my head over that one too, Keith. Beach cities thrifting. Yes, I spend like 30 hours a week on videos.
That's Keith. That's not my son saying that. My 12-year-old doesn't spend 30 hours a week on videos.
That would be impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, videos, but you also put a lot of effort into your editing. Like with I don't know if you're doing green screen when he's walking out in the field and the text is flying behind him.
Yeah.
Like
it is a lot of
it takes time.
Layers of stuff. Yeah.
Yep. For sure. We've been doing good at keeping your death pile. That is good.
Yes, we have been.
I've had to move my photo light tent indoors to list. Is that the tent we're talking about? Nutter made it sound like you're standing outside.
Yeah, an actual tent.
Because it's freezing and wet and snowy. I don't want to go to the garage. Okay. And then you were talking about something about the water main. I got confused. I thought you were living in a tent. Mary forgot to put her antenna on top of her tent for surface to list. See, you're creating all this confusion, Nutter. She's not in a tent. Do you purchase anything from HiBid?
We haven't ever done any kind of online auction before. We've bought stuff from Shop Goodwill before, but not to flip. It was like it was a collection piece, a Sega Genesis game that Keith really wanted. But I haven't really looked into doing the flipping from there yet.
Yeah. Auctions seem fun, and like doing the storage auctions, but you need the space. That's what
I have stories about that. And when we first got married, Keith got into storage auctions, and so I literally had about 10 dressers in my living room one time because he had bought this storage unit and had to get stuff out and didn't have anywhere to put it. So
Wow.
I was like, okay, yeah, I don't know if I'm for this storage auction thing.
Yeah. There's just, you get a lot of stuff. And
Yeah.
if you don't have, like, we have a garage, but cars go in the garage.
Yeah.
So I don't have the storage and I don't want to put my cars out. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's the hard part. Sometimes I tell myself I will thrift my death pile and act surprised when I find cool items.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I can't believe this. That would be, yeah. There you go. Then it releases those endorphins and you get
There you
just
go.
as
You
excited.
don't have to spend any more money.
Sounds like Amber has a new thrifting buddy.
Yeah.
Beach Cities thrifting. Video games are so hyped right now. People want more than market, so it's difficult.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think so. Like COVID seems like that would have been the height, the peak of it, and then the rave would drop, but not so much. Having a local reselling buddy is a game changer. Yes.
Yeah.
That is probably 50% of the fun at my Amazon bins is all the friends that I've made there. So when I'm in line for an hour and a half before it opens, I'm just chatting with all these people. And that is half the fun. So definitely having a reselling buddy makes a difference. Because then they have that illness and that excitement just like you do.
The illness.
One of them today, I found out she used to be an extreme couponer. And I'm laughing because back in like, gosh, probably like 2012, 2013, was I married? 2013 to 2015-ish, when it was all the rave.
Yeah.
And everyone was extreme couponing. I was doing it. I'm like, okay, this is fun. And it's funny to watch that transition from hoarding household products to now hoarding the reselling stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I still even have some of the stuff that, like, the Pledge, it might be worth something now because I don't know if they make it anymore. There was a Pledge multi-purpose. I'm going to have to scan this. You can use it on your tables like normal Pledge, but then it also does windows and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you should, because like the Clorox pen, you know, like it's discontinued. You can get some good money if you find a Clorox pen.
Yep. I got to scan those. And then there was some different floor cleaners. So yeah, if we knew then about the Clorox wipes and about the toilet paper, like, it would have made a killing. If we only had that magic 8-ball.
Yeah.
And now people come to me for the purpose, but it just takes sticking to it.
Yeah.
People like $600 worth of stuff for $230. Yep. I know Amber's happy because the games aren't in original cases, so they're being sold and not collection.
Oh, he's talking about what he got from the Christopher Netter thing. Yeah, he's going to resell a lot of those, but.
Oh, there you go. About $600 worth for $230. That's not bad.
Mm-mm.
And that's with your shipping that you paid for it?
Yeah. Yeah. They had it priced for $200 and then $30 for shipping.
There you go. And you know what you have, so.
Yeah.
Those sweet Balenciaga? What are these?
I think it's pronounced Balenciaga. I don't know. So Keith was into sneakers for a while. And so he goes on Facebook Marketplace and finds these like high luxury brand sneakers. They were Versace and then Balenciaga. He brings them home and like I immediately know those are so fake. And he spent a good amount of money on them.
Oh,
and I was like, look, this tag is just like ripping off. And I was showing him all these things. And I was like, babe, I really don't think these are real. And he was like, oh, yeah, I don't think they are either now.
Oh, no.
They're still sitting in our closet because I don't know what to do with them.
Yeah. Probably put them on Marketplace and just say shoes.
Yeah.
Pink shoes or whatever color they are. Don't say any brand.
Green shoes.
Shoes. Yeah. I would just list them generic.
Yeah.
Do you take any of your clothing to consignment before listing them on eBay or Posh?
So
Have you ever done that?
Yeah, when I get the free stuff, and it's brands that are boutique brands, but like don't have a quick sell-through rate on eBay, I'll just take them immediately to the consignment store because I know that they'll sell there.
Like Play-Doh Closet, or do you have a different one?
No, usually we have like a couple of like higher end like women's consignment stores where you're not going to get cash right away. So like you have to wait till it sells at the store and then you get like 50% or whatever. But if I'm getting it for free, like that's just residual income. And so it's like,
There
passive,
you go.
why not? Because I'd rather
we don't
just
have anything like that.
Yeah,
we have
I'd
the
rather
ones
just
that'll
get
buy
some
it
slow
out, like
money.
Play-Dohs.
Yeah, than to have to store it and then wait for it to sell on eBay when I know that the sell-through rate isn't that quick. So
yeah, and let them store it. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the saying? Take a slow dime over. No, take a slow nickel. Nope. Fast nickel over slow dime.
Yeah,
I think that's how it goes.
Something like that.
Take the quick money. rather
It's
than
after
sitting
8 o'clock. I can't. My brain doesn't compute
Right.
time or math.
It's already checked out. Amber has the most contagious smile. Yes. Nutter is churning butter again? Okay. Best thing is to make connections with the storage people. I need to do that.
What?
Oh, okay.
What?
They're laughing about the comments. The
Yeah.
Nutter's giving stuff about the. Wait, stop clicking stuff. No, I already hit that. Scroll. All right. Churning butter. Yeah, okay, read that one. Trying to keep up here. Connections with storage. I've never even considered connections with storage. I like connections with estates. Getting connections with the estate companies to get the pre-showings. I've got 2 solid ones, and then I'm working on some more. I need to get.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm echoing.
I know. You missed one question from this person. They sold.
Oh, I sold it. Okay, make me scroll. Scroll. I sold a shalali. Etsy took it down. What's a shalali? Is that a brand?
I don't know.
All right, you have to elaborate on that. But eBay sold it. Kind of weird. Sometimes they flag stuff even though it's not fake. So that's annoying. Extreme couponing was the best. Yes. And talk about getting crap for that too. Everyone was giving the couponers stuff for taking all the stuff off the product or off the shelves and stealing from the poor.
Yeah.
It's funny the mirroring here. I'm noticing some trend. Something else we all have in common. That's funny. Yeah, right. I think that's the natural gravitation after everyone stopped couponing.
Exactly.
We all progressed to the reselling. Huh. That is funny. The daily shower cleaning. That was an early bolo. I remember finding out about that probably like 5 years ago when I first started. The Mr. Clean shower cleaner.
Okay. I haven't heard
It's by Mr. Clean. And there's the refills. That sometimes sells for more. And then there's the actual cleaner. It just hangs on your shower head. And it sprays around to spray your showers of whatever cancer-causing stuff to clean your shower. And now it's obviously discontinued. No idea why.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get it for really cheap at thrift stores, and it sells for crazy money.
I didn't know that.
Yes. We aren't hoarders. We're pirates looking for treasure. Yes. We just need better storage for our treasure.
Yeah.
You are right. Oh, that's funny. Chrissy's on a roll, but I'm bummed. I'm going to wear them to church, the Balenciaga shoes. You would make a statement, that's for sure.
Yeah, you got to see these. They are ugly. They are so ugly.
Oh, funny. All right. What do you watch or listen to while you list?
Usually I list. I've started taking pictures on my phone and then listing on my phone because that's just what works for me now. I have gotten over my perfectionist era. I'm not in my perfectionist era anymore. I am on my convenience era. And so
Love it.
I used to take pictures with like a fancy DSLR camera and then upload them to the computer and then list from my computer. But now I just pull out my iPhone and take pictures. And then while I'm nursing, I'll sit there and list. So I'm not watching anything. I'm just listing while I'm nursing. That's
There
my
you
list
go.
time.
How funny. Yeah, I think iPhones sometimes take better pictures than the DSLR ever would. And then you can use the apps to touch them up and brighten it and remove backgrounds if you want to. And
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay, he wants you to see. He wants you to see the ugly shoes. Okay, so
All right, let's see these things.
These are the Balenciaga shoes.
Oh, they're not awful.
You see,
they just look
you
like
see the
another
backs
pair
of those? Like, what is going on with that? Like, why?
They
Why
look like
does it go like this? Like,
yeah.
But yeah,
I've
that's
seen uglier like Nikes before, so those aren't awful.
they're not too bad. And then
What are
these
those
are
ones
the
that
Versace
light?
ones that are
Oh my gosh,
so
there are these space shoes. All right, we're gonna try to
stupid
Google
fake.
this. Space shoes. I want to say they were Nikes. Yes, Yeezys. Yeezys.
Oh, Yeezy. He loves
Oh my
Yeezys. He
God,
has Yeezys. He wears them.
Okay,
They're
do you have
ugly
these
too.
ones?
Oh, he doesn't have those. No, he doesn't have those. He just has the
Why?
tan.
That's what, like those green ones. Those just look like fancy Nikes.
Yeah, they do.
These
It's just this
are-
weird like into them. Like, I don't understand this. Like, why do you got to have like 2-inch extender of your heel? But so if
Yeah.
anybody wants these, they're for sale. I don't even remember what we paid for them because it was like 2 years ago and they've been sitting in our closet.
That's hilarious. You already have fancy shoes. You don't need cool shoes.
Right.
Nutter is churning butter. Oh, that means telling fibs.
fibs.
Okay. About a tent. Yes, he is. He was totally making me believe you were gonna
I know.
set
I
up a
thought
tent
too.
and
I was
list
like,
inside
oh
this tent.
no.
Like,
Mary's
no, she
electricity's
lives
out.
in a
She's staying in a tent or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he had me all confused. Let's see. Bin stores have been sketchy. The hot bin owners near me have been openly cherry picking items. The business model seems to die near me. It's a tough one. I see it being, they can go down really fast if they don't do it properly. So my bins that I have in Tucson, there's one guy that worked there, and I just found out today he doesn't work there anymore, and he wouldn't give details, but he was saying like drama went down and something with the owners. So there's times that there's sketchy stuff that happens. They'll let people in early just because like one guy showed up with a label maker and he's like, oh, I'm here to help them label. I'm like, that's a 15-cent label maker. What are you doing for them? So they go in early and find out that they got to pick from the store and get what they wanted because they were making labels. And then like past employees have been known to get special treatment. It's just, there's definitely insider stuff happening, and it makes it less exciting to go when you know that there's shady stuff happening. But I'll just milk it for as long as I can until it's not good anymore. Even when they first started, I'm like, this $15 model is not going to last. They're going to lose their butts and end up shutting down. And luckily, they're supposed to be expanding and adding more stores. So I'm like, okay, then that means they're not doing as bad if they're able to expand. But hopefully they don't start raising prices, because the guy that ended up quitting, we called him the box Nazi, because he would go around and scream constantly telling people to stop opening the boxes. And it would just make us all angry. Like, I'm not opening the box. It was already open. I'm just looking at it. Like, it was already open. And he would say, like, oh, if I don't yell at you, I can't, I have to yell at you because I have to yell at other people or whatever his deal was. Well, now that he's not there, the store is trashed. Like within
Mm.
15 minutes of being open, all the boxes are open and stuff
Yeah.
spewed everywhere. I'm like, all right, I want the box Nazi back.
Yeah.
He at least kept things organized. So you need that structure. And I worry that that's going to be the demise, is so much loss, because like I'll start out today, for example, I'm first 20, 25 in line, and there was a couple things that I grabbed. I go to the testing station, we open it, it's complete, I put it back in my cart, and then I'm like, okay, the profit margins aren't there, I'm going to put it back. It's complete. I put it back, and within 5 minutes, it's busted open and parts are spread out. I'm like, oh my gosh, that still was a $50 item, and now it's going to end up in the garbage because people can't piece it together. So that's the hard thing with the bins, is they're just getting destroyed.
Mommy, I'm gonna come.
I'll be there in a minute. I love spraying my showers with cancer-causing products. They do smell good. I am with you.
Yeah.
They do smell good. Again, yeah, I know. It's addicting. What did you ladies do for work before reselling? That's a fun question. What was your past life?
So before reselling, what did I do? Before children, what did I do? I mean, for 12 years I've been a stay-at-home mom. So I got to go back like 13 years. I worked at a hospital as an administrative assistant. And then before that I was in college. So that's it.
All right. I was a banker. I was a loan officer at a credit union. And then before that, it was just a member services at the credit union. And then it was a bank before that. So I did banking pretty much out of high school until I met my husband. And I would never go back. There is no chance I would go back to that life. No, thank you. You can always redesign them for your parent if your parents will let you. I'll redesign those fun shoes. There you go.
They might actually fit his foot.
There you go. It was the dad shoe phase. Hey, the dad shoe era. We call these eras now. I wear Yeezys.
He does.
They're the ugliest shoes. The spaceship ones. The black.
Yeah, the spaceship ones are bad.
They are the spaceship ones. My nephew wanted a pair so bad, and he ends up getting them. Like, those are hideous. The ugliest shoes I've ever known, and he paid unbelievable money for them.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, just wrap your feet in trash bags. It'll look better. They look like Hulk shoes. Yep.
They do look like Hulk shoes.
It's not easy being green. It's a song, right?
Is it?
I'm glad to know y'all would come to my rescue thinking I was living in a tent. You weren't living in it, Mary. You were just listing in it.
Yeah.
You were just listing. Then you would go back into your warm house. She got this. Exactly. You were going to get a heater. I remember talking of a heater, so you were going to be okay. You were totally fine. I was a paralegal, then a worship pastor, then in-home care, and now reselling. Wow, my mom was a paralegal for 40-something years. Forever.
You have some life experience, Mary.
For sure. Amber is not going to tell that she graduated valedictorian with a 4.0 college. Holy moly.
No, I'm not going to tell that, Mom.
You can brag for a minute. That's beautiful. Love it, Mom. That's awesome. Aw, Nutter. Yay, we're all funding Mary's tent.
Award winners.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Well, I'm glad to know you're not actually living in a tent, Mary.
Yeah.
That brings me joy. Tent upgrade funds. Yes. I actually sold a tent porch. It's like a porch cover for a fancy tent. So maybe we can start saving for one of those for you. We can really move you on up, get it extra bougie. Okay, yes, they returned it, but that's not the point. I love my back room assistant over there.
Yeah.
All right, which business entity do you each use? Right now, for me on eBay, we just have it as a sole proprietor. And then year by year, we're taking it if we're going to switch it to an LLC S Corp. By doing that, it gets super fancy with payroll and estimated taxes, and it gets messy. So luckily I pay an accountant who is really good at what she does, and you can backdate LLCs so we can go through the year, play with the numbers, and see if A is better than B. Do we go to the LLC? Do we say a sole prop? And decide and just backdate everything. So number one, get a good accountant. Absolutely is what I would recommend. If you're doing your own taxes, Godspeed, because there's way too many numbers to mess with, and that's how we do it. What about you guys?
Yeah, we're a sole proprietor too. Yeah.
I don't know what the threshold is. She just compares the numbers because you get different savings when you go as an LLC because of the self-employment tax. Like as a sole prop, I think you pay it twice. Don't quote me on this. I'm not the accountant, but something about paying it twice. And then you get, when you do the LLC, you pay into Social Security and all of that. So I think you get more benefit with that. So you have to weigh it. And luckily with a good accountant, they can do both numbers and see which entity is best for your business. But I'm not looking forward to going to an LLC because then you've got to deal with, like I said, the whole payroll thing and making sure you keep the money separate. Like right now, I just have like my eBay account, and really that's my everything account now. eBay goes into it, but then I'm buying groceries, I'm buying inventory, whatever it is, it's my everything. It's like my own personal checking account that eBay pays into. But if you go as an LLC, you definitely have to separate it. So it just makes it messy because then we have our other business that I have to do that with, what my husband does. I don't want to do 4 different checking accounts or pay somebody to do 4 different checking accounts. No, thank you. I'm not broke. I'm bougie broke. Brocay. Love it. I'm too poor to need to worry about finances. No, you're not. Oh my goodness. You guys crack me up. All right, my friends. We are probably keeping Amber past bedtime here. If you have not already followed her, head to her Instagram and then as well as the joint YouTube, PickenPreacher. I guess if you want to give Keith a follow, he's also on Instagram, PickenPreacher.
Yeah.
And give them all a follow. And like this video if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. All the good things. So thank you so much, Amber, for joining me tonight. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone in the chat for great questions. And thank you, Chrissy, for helping with all the links. And I hope you have a nice tent, Mary, and a good rest in your tent. Oh, we got a kitty visit.
We do have.
We get to meet the whole family. There we go. Do you have other pets or just a kitty?
Just a kitty.
I miss cat. All right, you guys. Thank you, Amber. Thank you, friends. I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. No show next week. I've got a girls' night, women's night at church, so I'm going to go do that. But I should be back the week after. So thank you, guys. Have a fabulous weekend.
Bye.
Bye.